Hello. So I've posted a video that has my administrative statistical system, as it is as of yesterday. So I keep updating it as in how I'm collating information in a new manner, and as things get finer and discern better. So this is information technology, yeah. So as new information comes, or the old information, there is redistribution of units, and then the pattern that emerges is better, which is when changes are made. So I've posted my as it is yesterday. Please just scroll through and find it. Now, I thought I will begin a slight warm up to basics. Now I call it as basics because there are in the one which was posted, there are six layers of circles, each having six. So 36 in total. But the six needs to be understood before 36 can make sense. Yeah. I've been saying that um, now in this picture, the dot, the center, this 36 that I'm talking about is inside the dot. Yeah, or rather inside and outside. So I've mentioned it as me to you. Yeah, it's in a slight yellow color that I mentioned that there are layers to it, but it becomes difficult to understand because I've developed this over 45 years. So there are many finer related aspects to it. So I thought I will begin to start giving an understanding of what my ass is from a perspective that everybody would be able to more connect with. So we are sorting yours out, you know. I have to make a chat. Okay. Uh, from the center, there are, so the dot here has two layers inside. Yeah. Little me and big me. Yeah. Little me and big me. And N is inside. So little me and big me has the tail um, touching nothing in particular. Yeah. So it's free. Now to have that be all the conscience of the dot be all sorted out. And then the Y, you know, I'm calling it as capital I, but if you pronounce it as my, yeah, then we normally spell it as MY. So when our Y, it's like the x-axis and y-axis. So when our so it's like see, you have X, you have a point for being in existence. That's like N having a point on which we sit, yeah? On what's the point? What's the point of this whole thing called life and what you're doing and everything? So it's like the point here. What's the point of the whole Sri Chakra and the whole system and schema and all the circus we're running about? What's the point of it? So on this X is like the point. So N is like me is sitting on N. And there's a point to the whole thing. So that's like it representing this. And when little me and big me's reason for being in existence, why they're related is clear, then the why is clear. The tail of why. You know, two roads diverge in a wood and I. Yeah, that's like I. Two roads diverge in a wood and I took the road less traveled by. And that's made all the difference. And I find, like in the movie Raya and the Last Dragon, yeah, where she goes to open the vault, yeah, she puts a stick on the two holes there, and both is important to open the vault. Otherwise, it does not open. Yeah. So Krishna knew a two-arrow technique by which to come out of the Chakravyuha, which Abhimanyu did not know. Yeah. So we keep getting swirled up like the spiral way galaxy, yeah, Milky Way galaxy, Andromeda galaxy, different stages of merging with Milky Way galaxy. We could get more screwed, yeah. And WHO's list of diseases does not even list death as a disease. That's because a solution to go beyond death as a disease has not been found. And so it's like, what's the point of listing it? Yeah. While there is inquiries into how to go beyond this reincarnation cycle, the cycles of birth and death. It's called reincarnation. So that inquiry is there in yoga philosophies, but the how-to of it has not been figured out. And for that, we require healthier metabolism. But more important than that, we need to have a good why for being in existence. Otherwise, life will kill you. Yeah, because you'll keep getting caught in the Chakravyuha and like the spiral Milky Way galaxy, keep getting caught, and then yeah. So what does it take to come out of it? Krishna knew a 2-arrow technique. So it's like the why. You have the two. So when we say two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, that only begins the journey. Where you're doing something where you're deviating from how things have always been done, but you also need to come back. You find your solution. Yeah, you travel the road less traveled by. And with your solution, you are functioning in the same society. Otherwise, you could be sitting in the Himalayas. You found a solution sitting in the Himalayas because you cannot live in the society amongst people. You have a solution, but that can only be word. You can find your peace only in the Himalayas, not amongst people. Yeah. So I'm like the whole story of life, like Babaji, for example, sat in the Himalayas. Yeah. So there are many people finding peace in isolation. But amongst people, there's certain difficulty in being and becoming. Yeah. And what does it take for us to live a normal, ordinary, harmonious life, living without having to go up to the Himalayas or die to find that peace? Yeah. That is what I'm covering through these lessons. Yeah. Finding that why in such a way that you have your solution, your unique abilities, and find peace with how things are in the left. Like when we say N, it is line from the left, and then we write to the right. Yeah, it's from the left, and aligned with the left, you make the right. Yeah. For example, when we say also M or K, for example, there's a line that is straight that's representing the left, which means it's like heaven and hell is all kind of joined into one eye. And then you have a right, northeast, and a southeast. So there is 2, but it's like 4 lines keeping together at a point, like the point at X. Yeah. And it's aligned in the left. So we need to come to agreement with life, find our solutions, but work upon what is left from all the so many traditions of work that's been done that has us be living amongst the living. Yeah. Doing the things, finding our solutions, offering our values, such that what is left after all of this historical work, what is left is what we are then working on solving and making better. So that's where the K comes. So there is already the heaven and hell. I mean, given that an I is a person, we also need to work with that. So we'll come to that. We'll come to how many beautiful ideas, concepts, solutions are hidden in our English language, at least to begin with. Yeah. So there's I know there's a lot of words here, but I started with universal language of love. Once we figure out the universal language of love, because love heals wounds over time. When wounds are healing, then we come to better understanding of the universal language of life. Yeah. So slowly we'll be able to go beyond the challenges of life and death, reincarnation cycles, to find that peace and normal, ordinary, harmonious living. Yeah. So we'll come to that. So there is a 2-way technique. One is through sounds, so words. The other is healthy natural breathing. Yeah. So that's like doing the right thing requires you to hold on to the left in such a way that you're breathing and not dying. Yeah. So healthy natural, it's like when we say why, healthy natural breathing and doing the right thing. Yeah. So we're not, while there are big things happening with our, historical concerns, we need to breathe healthy and naturally and not go into a space. So we need to breathe healthy and naturally and then be able to do the right thing. So this is like dharma from whatever has emerged thus far, we then come to a better, and then do the right thing by which we're making everything better. So that's like the why two thing, yeah, together. Now, how to do that? That's a simple, doable, little ways, yeah. So for that, I will begin from what's called the Ashtadigbandhana. Yeah. So this is a chart which you will find on Google. Yeah, I will represent this. I will draw that and make it available and in a video format, so that then there you can reference from there. I still have to figure out how to, they do these videos where they this image here and then they say point out and it explain that. So I got to still figure that out. But I'm thinking that becomes easier, but I need to also make those PPTs. So I'm working on the PPTs. Meanwhile, instead of representing that in the board here to do the point out, it becomes easier. So, and I'm repeating myself. So to avoid that repetition and things moving faster and more comprehensible, understandable. So that takes some more work, some more technical work, but also breathe healthy and naturally. I will teach that, make videos available. So you're also able to breathe healthy and naturally, so that you have the patience enough. Yeah. While I'm in different stages of improving our patience and health and wealth and wisdom and all of that easier. Yeah. So Earth is demonstrating infinite patience. Yeah. Since a very long time, Earth has been evolving human beings. And then, people will get it. Human beings will get it, on why this whole system is there and why we are in existence. So Earth has been demonstrating infinite patience. Yeah. So I will make videos on healthy natural breathing. So we also have a better capacity tolerance level. And yeah. Okay. Now, in this video, I thought I will speak in terms of my ass. Yeah. There, the outermost circle is of you. Yeah. So when we say Basix, and you in that picture has a representation of the Ashtadigbandhana, where Yama is, okay, I will draw that. Yeah. So I'm going to remove this. Okay. So in Ashtadigbandhana, Yama is here. Yeah. So Yama. Yeah. And then here is. So I'm not going to forget this. So we're going to touch upon that point. Okay. Here is Kubera. We all like our money. So to have the North Star in place. Yeah, in that sense. But there is further understandings of it. Yeah. Kubera. Northeast is Ishana. Ishana. Northwest. Northwest is Vayu. Vayu. Yeah. So this is where I'm talking about as healthy natural breathing and let's just say personal dharma. In a way. Yeah, dharma. I tended to call it as D for S, and this as NY. I'll make it clear what is NY and what is D for S. So that would be healthy natural breathing and personal dharma, or do the right thing. Yeah. And how to do the right thing, that makes a big difference in opening the world. Yeah. Okay. To do the right thing. Yeah. Okay. Now, to come out of the Chakravyuha in a way that's sustainable. Yeah. Now, to keep the light on and then beautiful, and then life is like, okay, you're better alive this side of life. Yeah. So how to have that natural approval? Yeah, we need to do some work here. Okay. So Kubera, Ishana, Vayu. To the west. Yeah. To the west is Varuna. I'll write it here because these characters are very important here. Varuna. And to the east is Indra. Okay. And southeast. Southeast is Agni. Yeah. That also I'll write inside, because you're going to meet these characters quite importantly, because otherwise we are in hell, without seeing Agni in perspective. And southwest is Nirarti. Now, Nirarti is, in a way, one way to look at it is to improve the meaning, um, such that our why for being in existence becomes better. And Agni is the fire. We all have a body that's warm-blooded beings, we are all. And when we are improving the Agni, the fire element in our own blood, yeah, that's when there is better water purification, yeah, or rather the essential element. Our body is at least 60% water. So when there is clarity of content, then it becomes easier for us to see life as beautiful, because beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and our eyeballs have a lot of water. Yeah. So there could be floating bodies, and we have also hallucinations and imaginations, and sometimes even you're seeing doomsday because you haven't cleaned your eye in some time. Yeah, it's to the point where sometimes you're wearing glasses. Yeah. Which means there are degrees, layers of diseases for which we have found solutions, or temporary solutions, until, don't say until death do us part. No. To find, so we're not getting further into the chakravyuha, but instead coming out of it. Yeah. Such that we are not having diseases. Yeah. We're coming out of the disease state. So I would say, since WHO's list of diseases in some time, we are in a lot of sickness, many kinds of diseases, lack of ease, not so much, such that we are not really effectively coming out of the chakravyuhas. So we have Agni, yeah, Agni, Nirarti, Yama, yeah, Kubera on top. Then we have Ishana to the right. To the left, we have Vayu. And then to the, northwest, we have Vayu. Northeast, we have Ishana. West, we have Varuna. East, we have Indra. Yeah. Now, to have life be easier, yeah, Varuna is where we will begin from. Yeah. In my as, I've represented Varuna and Indra. And on that line, I have put very few letters there, very few values. There are values here for Vayu, Kubera, Ishana, Nirarti, Yama, and Agni. But Varuna and Indra, I haven't put. This is like a ribosome, or if you've heard in terms of, walking the tightrope walk, say in a circus, they show people holding onto a pole and then walking on a tightrope, yeah, because it requires some balance. So we also travel in our bicycles, in our two-wheelers. So there's a handlebar, yeah, to hold the matter, to have a handle on the matter called life. So Varuna and Indra is like that, yeah. Now Varuna needs to be understood. You need to break up the word into two. Va and Runa. Now, Va is it's like victory, they say victory. You need to keep the little me and big me together, functioning together. So this is like lower self and higher self. Yeah, or little I and big I. Yeah. We need to keep it together. And for me, my world, the why needs to get better. But first, we need to keep the little I, lower I, and lowercase I and uppercase I. Yeah. Together. Otherwise, we're having a little jangle, and then conscience, and then we keep going round and round here itself. Our conscience is not very clear. Our real self, our real me, the real person is having a little conflict. Yeah. And then how does life show up? So that becomes a little noisy. Yeah. So to address that, Va is talking about So we have W. Yeah, that's like 2V, or you could say W, U and U. We got to keep our U, a bum together. Yeah, one way to look at it. When we have an equal balance between our left and right sides, not just our legs. Yeah, we sometimes even stand like that. Yeah, which means we are having a difficulty maintaining the weight of our body evenly. Similarly, our body has two sides. It's like the masculine aspect and the feminine aspect. Yeah, one or the other side. The thing is, we have two sides to our body: nature and nurture, Purusha and Prakriti. Yeah, matter and energy. Me, when we say me, even if it's when you're saying little me, it is M and E, matter and energy. So we have two aspects, complementary aspects. So we need to keep the two U, yeah, because we all have our own utopia. Now, to get a utopia functioning and all fine, so we're having humanity cross boundaries and not clashes in our ideas of reality. So we have the word W, yeah, to represent that. I hope this is more seen in perspective, yeah? And me, so we could be U, and then kept it together in the middle, that forms W, and then further, two U's coming together further into a V, yeah? So there's some work here, yeah? We will cover this work inside me, little me, big me, inside the dot. So when I'm saying 12 layers, inside the dot is 2 layers and outside is 10 layers. Yeah, so that forms the 12. We will cover the aspect inside the dot in further video, and I'll make the matter clearer in small little videos. So once the matter inside the dot is clearer, our why for being related with circles outside the dot becomes clearer and easier. Information becomes more easily managed. Yeah. And the work inside here is what I spoke about here. U to W and then V. Yeah. This work needs to happen. And that requires healthy natural breathing and personal dharma, doing the right thing. So how to bridge those gaps? Yeah. Between the masculine and feminine, or the male and female dynasties, within our own ideas of the male and female dynasties. Oh, this is mother and this is father. And then, so our relationship with masculine, feminine, matter, energy, visible, invisible, Jivatma, Paramatma. We got lots of light and dark. And so we got all that stuff to address. Yeah. So that work we'll do in a further, but so we're kind of beginning that work here. So Varuna is from that V, that which arises from V as a. Runa is the topic of gravitas, which then makes things better. This is where the enlightenment happens. Heavy stuff to getting lighter. Yeah. Runa, I want you to pay attention to Ru. So when we say Guru, yeah, Guru. So we have lots of teachers. That's one way to look at it. Ga, gu, ga is also a reference to our own body, like Gandha. If we don't have a bath for some days, we'll form layers of sweat and other particulate matter. Then that also gives a smell. Yeah. And then you would say, oh, hell. Yeah. So ga is also referring to our own body. So we could have over time accumulated so much of information and eaten so many kinds of food, and our body has at least 7 dhatus, 7 layers, rasa dhatu, rakta dhatu, medusa, mamsa, asti, majja, shukra, 7 layers at least. Yeah. And we're not even talking about water. Water is also a dhatu. Yeah. And then the other. Yeah. So that from which arises the world, the life we live. So when we say 24/7, we all have 24 hours in a day, and our body has 7 layers, at least 7 dhatus. Yeah, 7 qualities. From these dhatus arises the quality of life we have, a marriage to life. They say saptapadi, in a Hindu ceremony, traditional marriage, they walk around the ceremonial fire. So there's the 7 steps. And there's an order to it. Yeah. Having a body that's human itself, we are married to life. And how to maintain our marriage to life such that death does not do us part, yeah, requires healthier metabolism, which means the 7 layers, yeah, in our own body requires to be maintained clean regularly. Otherwise, um, the effect from, say, the environment or the gadgets we are sitting around, or it's called piezoelectric effect, the external environment rubs on us in a particular way, and that could cause a little circadian rhythms, they say, the sun, moon, environment, everything has an effect on our body. And that could have our spins go a little different. Yeah. Our stories of life go a little like that. Yeah. Between the left and right sides. And then what happens, we are a little more screwed. Yeah. And we need to regularly unscrew. Otherwise, we are not feeling well enough. Yeah. In the sense, so well we need to be that we are not having diseases. Yeah. And how to restore wellness in such a way that we are not screwed. Yeah. So we need to slowly unscrew. And how to do that is by reducing the guru. So the guru is where you're screwed and, you're going into the matter. Yeah. And that which arises from, and then what we speak from there, maybe coming from, the difficult part, yeah. So it could be sukha and dukkha, which is usually dukkha, because it's like a heavy thing inside. Yeah. We kind of get a little, oh hell. Yeah. So enlightenment requires us to reduce the ru. Now, what is mean by what is ru here is there's a word called runanubandha. Yeah, runanubandha is also how, say, let's just say the word guru is also teacher. In that sense, a body also becomes a teacher. Over time, since birth, um, um, depending on how so many years you live, you have that experience of living. And so to that extent, you're a teacher yourself. You can teach the little one on how to live, on how to be healthy, yeah, younger ones. Similarly, teachers of many, somebody has a PhD, somebody has, lots of accomplishments. So experience of life. So that's also teacher, yeah, guru. And we go to school, they're giving information, a lot of information, bits of information. Even food is also a teacher, because our body is forming from what we eat. Our body is also forming from the water we drink. And then, depending on how well we are metabolizing, how well we are consuming the matter, how well we're eating the matter, yeah, chewing upon, contemplating, and then arriving at better truths. Otherwise, we have indigestion. We could also have constipation, diarrhea, indigestion, and the Yoga Shastras say ajirne bhojanam visham, which means indigestion, not sufficient metabolism, and it requires 12 layers of digestion. Yeah, ajirne. We'll come to the alphabets of it. Ajirne bhojanam visham. When we are not digesting the matter appropriately, is when the quality of our water, the essence of our being and becoming, is not as clear and healthy enough for us to be a frog in the well. Otherwise, our wellness goes a little less optimal. Yeah. So we are having a difficulty being, we're like an amphibian. Our body is at least 60% water, and we are on land. So we're kind of like in between the water and land dwelling. Yeah. And we also have sky on top, and yeah, we're sandwiched between many facets, yeah, aspects of living. So now, how to maintain being a frog in the well for a human who is regularly becoming weller and weller? Yeah, that requires us to become aware of the Runa Anubandha. And Yoga Shastras, they list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of runas. Yeah, I've listed it there. Do you see that? It's called 5 has been said. I first heard of 3, and then I became 5, and then I got one more 6. I'm thinking there's another one. Yeah. Deva Runa. I have to cover the Mama Papa Baby Dio that I'm calling as Mapadani. when you come to that then Devaruna will make sense. Yeah. Anyways, however you understand as Devaruna, or you say the debt in some way, or the relationship that you have with God. Yeah. And then you could say it's a debt too. So parents also give you something. And then to return back, to pay back something better. That means with interest. So they've given you something, make something better out of it, and return to them with the interest. So that they continue to have an interest in being supportive of you. Otherwise, they'll kill you. Yeah. So in one way, it's like a systematic investment plan, but it's also making sure that your parents are also fine, healthy, wealthy, wise. You're also healthy, wealthy, wise. Yeah, that's how babies make sure the village grows well. Yeah, because right from mommy's womb, babies are always having an interest in being alive. Yeah, so mommies and puppies need to take care of baby. So this is also how you kind of make sure the village is doing well. Yeah, and the village is doing well, baby is doing well. Now, how to do that? Yeah, requires you to pay attention to Runa. What is the debt you owe? Your life is what it is from many people's gives. They have been kind, they've either given you food, or they have provided you education, or they have just said a nice, kind word at a time when you didn't know how else to move. Yeah, that is also a gift. So, how are you related with people, different kinds of people, and how do you give back to them in such a way that their life is getting better and their interest with you continues? Not like, oh God, then now, tata, bye bye. No, because then it becomes that relationship is not maintained as well. Yeah. So, how to give back with interest in such a way that what you're saying, what you're offering is continuing to be of interest to them. That's when there you have respect, like respect. They again look at you, not like, done, account closed. No. Respect. They re-look at you over, then there's like, what are you up to? Yeah. So it's also how a restaurant makes food or produce in such a way that people like to come back and better eat there. Eat there because it does something for their own health, wealth, and wisdom. Yeah. So Varuna, this is how you give and take in balance in such a way that the zero is becoming better. Yeah. Where that's also how you improve your bank. Yeah. Good. Now, so there are 6 kinds of runas. Yeah. How do you like that? And there's one more which I haven't listed there. So what I've listed here is Deva runa, Pitru runa, which is so when I say Mimi, Mama, Papa, Baby, Idio, in the little inside the dot, I'm saying Mapa Dani. Pa, Pitra. Yeah, that's also like the matter. Say somebody's given you something material. It could also be father. Father is again related with matter, where in the sense nature in that sense. And mother with more nurture. So you could say ma. So say ma, and then we say pa. Yeah, so that's more a little substantial matter. So there are many kinds of fathers around us. There are also neighbors. Yeah, there are also administrators, government, for example, who make matter available such that we are then able to do things better. Yeah. So how are we debted or indebted to them? And in which case, how do we pay back in such a way that they have more than what they have given to us? They get an interest. At the same time, it's like we offer in such a way that they also would like to take care of you because you're doing something which has them be better, and you have something that has them become better too. Yeah, that is what I call as Shrishti optimization. How to optimize your Shrishti in such a way that you continue to have develop interest and people get better from being invested with you. Yeah. 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 So Pitra Runa, Rishi Runa. Rishi Runa is, okay, that gets interesting. So when we say guru, yeah, so some things get heavy, yeah. Gur, the ru, um, you say Rakshasa, yeah, or you say Ratri, yeah. That's because things have got so heavy, and from that heavy, what emerges? So Rishi is also that which emerges from the heavy. We'll cover that slowly, yeah, because you need to be able to handle the heaviness, yeah, um, and then so it's in a way you're standing on the matter, the gravitas of the matter, yeah. You're not. It's not a light thing. So how to um, pay back to you say, I am strong when I'm on your shoulder. Yeah. So we are standing on the shoulders of history and history worth of so many things that's developed. So the gravitas of the matter, paying back to all that there is, knowing the gravitas of the matter, and in such a way that it makes life lighter, easier to live with. Yeah. So how you do that, that's also Rishi Runa. Yeah. That's one way to look at it. There are further other connotations. I'm just introducing you to the idea of it. Then there is Manushya Runa. A farmer grows vegetable. Yeah. There's also Lord Manu, as in Manusmriti, or being human itself. Yeah. So there is something that becomes possible from being human, which is different from what becomes possible from a plant or an animal. So to give back to human beings, from what's become possible from having a life that's human. So to give back to humanity. So Manushyaruna. There's also Bhutaruna, which means ghost, you could say. Yeah. That which is invisible. Ancestors whom we don't even know, who have walked this earth, who have created earth the way they are, and with, oh my God, with so many values, what worked, what didn't work, many things. We have a problems that we look for solutions because there are problems which couldn't be solved earlier. So be thankful also for the problems. Yeah. So we have a reason for being in existence. And then there is solution that we need to find. So that's also there. So Bhutaruna. And then there is Matraruna. Yeah. One way to look at it is we have a body that's human because we grew up in mother's womb. Yeah. We're also on Mother Earth nurturing us. Yeah. So Mother, Father Earth, that way. So we have the matter and the energy. Yeah. And what does it take to give back to nurture? When I say Pitra, that's father, like matter. And then there is Matra, to nurture, to give back to nurture. Yeah. Now I'm thinking there's another one which I think is Mitra Runa. Yeah. It's like friendship is one way to look at it. Yeah. What do we give back to our fry and ship? When things are going a little low, oh my goodness, that's when you reach out to your friends. Otherwise, you're trying to do things for yourself. So I call it fry and ship. And ships always are moving. Yeah. They're moving forward. That sense. So what does it take to join hands and then move in such a way? So we also are indebted to friends. So I'm calling it as mitra. But mitra in the sense there's also a nurturing, but nurturing in such a way that we are growing up. Yeah. So there's matra, that which has us be in existence, nurtured and has us be in existence. And then there's mitra, that which has a stand up, like the letter I. So mitra runa, I think, is also there. There must be an eighth one. Yeah. Because I always find there are evens, odds kind of odd. You don't know the even, because when you find something odd, there is an even. You just haven't figured out where that is. Yeah. Because there's always a coupling dynamic, yeah, which make things work in a way that a person alone cannot. Yeah. To an extent you can, and then you discover something else becomes possible when there is a partner. Yeah. So that's why the letter N is there. And I find N is in complement with O to form the no, the no technology. Like the microcosm and the macrocosm. So there's always a complementary partner. So nobody is alone ever. We're always having a partner in the field. We're always having somebody to work with, always. And that's what's ingenious, beautiful about life. Even if you see something odd alone, it's not alone. There's always partnership. There's always a complementary partner. Now, Varuna and then Guru, I hope you see in a little more perspective. So enlightenment requires us to metabolize the matter such that we are becoming lighter. Otherwise, things get heavy. And our why we are related to all that there is becomes a little, conditional. If this, then that. And then you have to deal with a lot of conditions and, between love and hate and, oh my God, between light and dark and, life gets very interesting. Between anabolism and catabolism, between life and death. And then you're looking at, again, you go through the cycles of birth and death, reincarnation. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So to get that balance, keep the balance zero. Otherwise, you're having one odd. Everything is there, but one, the whole thing is put together, but you have a spare part. How is that? Yeah, because something is odd. It hasn't paired, coupled with the whole. The account is not balanced to zero. Between left and right, between Varuna and Indra. Now I'm calling it as Indra is because it is information technology. Yeah, when you eat food, when you completely digest it with nothing left, you're like, nothing left, then nothing gives the substance for everything to be. Yeah, and you need to keep improving nothing so that everything becomes better. Otherwise, there is stuff going inside, and then your nothing becomes heavy, and then you can't move. You're like, you want to fly, but you're having lots of stones and heavy stuff that you can't fly. You can't really grow up. You're in hell. Oh, way down with, oh my goodness, yeah. So you have guru problems. You're your own guru. You got to enlighten. You got to digest the matter. Yeah. So Indra, it's like in, and then that which arises from in. Yeah? What goes in, the food you eat, then becomes you. So what are you eating? That needs to then digest, metabolize, to then come out. Your outcome depends on your income. Yeah. So, and what is incoming, you need to digest that matter and then output. So input, output. Yeah. Otherwise, you have constipation, diarrhea, and the stuff that comes out the other end. Yeah, is not quite medicine for Earth. You'd have landfills. Yeah, and then somebody's got to deal with the landfills. Yeah, clean the matter, enlighten, and then have things be more working. Otherwise, baas marega, stinky. Yeah, and you're like hell. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like if you don't wash regularly, layer, ganda. Yeah. So it is important to metabolize the matter. So you're Indra, you're becoming a leader. Yeah. And otherwise you're a follower of many things because there's one thing or other, follow, heavy. Follow up. And you got to get on top of the matter. Yeah. For which you need to digest the matter such that there is no pending work remaining, all complete. And then you're up for the task. You're a leader of your own life. Yeah. And the V, Varuna, is important. Yeah. So you got to be a leader yourself, odd and even. You got to be odd and even at the same time. Yeah. V is the even bit, like V. So you got to be odd and even at the same time. Yeah. So which is why I say human beings are perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect because you're odd and even at the same time. Yeah. That is, of course, when we figured out our ass from a hole in the ground. Yeah. So we'll slowly cover what all I've covered in my ass. So we've kind of begun with the Varuna and Indra, to hold the handle, get a handle on your life. So I hope this makes sense. I'd be glad to clarify further, to have your ass be more figured out, or to make the matter of Varuna or Indra or any of this clearer. So do contact me, let me know, and let's all get better. Thank you for listening.